I'm a little bit of a hot mess today with my little ponytails, just cleaning up and doing stuff around the house. But I had a situation over the weekend, having conversation that made me pause. I'm not really around other people who are caring for someone with dementia. And I really don't even watch it on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that. I've always kind of gone with my gut and what feels right for me and for Mom. But I had somebody say something over the weekend that kind of made me realize that maybe there are those who don't approach it the same as me. Which I guess many of your comments have always alluded to that you gain a perspective from my relationship with Mom, which is always so cool to hear, but I don't guess I really fully understood it. Anyway, the person was telling me their loved one had passed from dementia, but how their loved one kept wanting to go back home. And the sentence that really struck me was they said, and I just kept telling him, you can't go home. Like, there's no way you wouldn't be able to do the things you used to do, and you don't have a car anymore. I didn't say anything, but my brain was like, what? Why? Like, they're not going to get better, and they're not going to even remember that you said it. So their reaction is going to be very much one of sadness or panic or agitation, because they don't remember. They actually still think that they can do all those things. They still think they have a home, and you've just reminded them that they don't have a home, that they don't have a car, that they can't drive, and that they can't take care of themselves. I don't understand the benefit of that. And I was just kind of shocked. Like, to me, there's no benefit in reminding them. So it's so much better to just say, well, we can't go today. It won't work today, but we can talk about possibly going tomorrow or the next day. I mean, they're going to forget anyway. So it's an easy thing to say. It's a little bridge to get them past what has them so upset. And they might still fuss about it a little bit, but you've not said no. And you've not told them the awful news that they don't remember. And guess what? They're probably going to ask the next day, are you going to make them go through that again? Like, wouldn't it just be better to just go along with it, but redirect or deflect, even if you have to lie a little? Because again, they won't remember. And if it helps them not have that anxious feeling, that stressful feeling, what harm is it? So, and it just reminded me that there's different, I guess, perspectives. I was that way with my kids though too, especially when they were little. If I could get around saying no, I was going to get around saying no. I would say, well, not right now. Not right now. We can talk about that later, but first, and then I would redirect. And I got to the point where I could actually see it coming a lot of times with my toddlers, a focus or something that was fixing to happen, maybe even an irritation, that I could kind of swoop in ahead of that and deflect and get them focused on something else. Without them seeing, oh, Mom helps me because I can't do it by myself. I never wanted that. I always wanted them to try. I wanted them to feel independence. But so much for a toddler is frustrating. There's so many things they can't do, so many no's in the world, that if we can take some of those no's away and simply deflect or say, not right now, or let's do this instead, or let's go ahead. As soon as you're done with your nap, then we can do that. That was one I used a lot, and it seemed to work. And I think a lot of that, my approach with my toddlers, has really just slid right into my approach with Mom. And if I can make it where it's a little easier for her than I do. So yeah, it just triggered it when I saw that over the weekend. And of course, I never said anything. This person's loved one had passed. They don't need to hear my story or my perspective. But it just kind of opened my eyes that there's other approaches that maybe I'm not a fan of. Yeah, it's not my mom anymore. So I don't feel hurt by it. I actually, sometimes when I watch the clips back, I'm a little, like, I wish I didn't laugh or giggle when she says things like that. And I may try to change that about my response, because she truly feels it. She really is trying to defend herself. She really is trying to protect herself, and she does believe that everyone, staff especially, but even me, when she doesn't know that I'm good, could very well be trying to harm her. It's just part of the dementia. So she does. She believes I'm trying to hurt her. She believes that somebody's trying to kill her. I mean, these are things that she and many people with dementia say or think. And so when she says those things to me, it really doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I hate it that she's distressed. And I wish there was a way that I could give her that comfort and that feeling of security, that feeling that I love her and I will never hurt her. But that's probably not going to happen 9 times out of 10. I try to let my tone and my face give her that feeling of security. If she can find it, if she can look at me and see those things. But so many times now she can't. She just can't break through the horror that is her brain now, that nothing makes sense. And so she feels the need to lash out. But it's not towards her daughter. It's just really towards everything that her brain can't comprehend anymore. So yeah, it's not anything that's very painful. If it were like my mom saying it, because it's not. It really isn't. But yeah, I keep hearing myself do that little nervous laugh, that little processing laugh, make light of it laugh. And I wonder if that's the best response. Let me know what y'all think. I love the idea about the tray that goes on a wheelchair. I still have a lot of wheelchair questions that I need to talk to the nursing home about. Is mom going to be in a wheelchair forever? And if she is, can we get her a better one? Like, the one she's in is just horrible. Do I purchase a cushion? Do they have cushions? Just what my options are. But I really do. I like the idea of the little desk that I could put on there. And again, I need to know if they have those. When we're downstairs, I can push her fairly close to a table, and it's not too terribly awkward. But out there in that little back patio, those tables were never designed for a wheelchair. But again, that area isn't really for residents. I see staff out there. But, I mean, I could bring mom out there if I wanted to, so I did. And there was too many obstacles. The AC was horrendously loud. There's no breeze out there. We actually did. I didn't share it. But that very same day, we went ahead and went to the little courtyard that is designed for them. It's fully encased, it's secure, and it's where a lot of them go to smoke, but then there's an area away from the smokers, and that's where I normally bring mom. And it was just so much better. You still have road noise, but you didn't have the AC. There was a lovely breeze. There's more shade. Like, it's really better, which I've brought her there many times. But I was looking for something maybe with a few less people, a little more where she could focus on us, and maybe we could have a conversation. But that little patio back area by the parking lot was not it. So we won't be doing that again. But yes, I do like the tray. Everybody is also saying bibs, bibs, bibs. I'm going to look at them. I don't know. I just feel like if she's even remotely aware that I have put a bib on her, she's going to yank it right off. Now, maybe they're more secure. Maybe she can't yank it off, but then she'll get fixated and possibly upset. I could possibly get a couple of jackets that I could get her to put on that I would just simply take off after she ate, and I could bring home and clean. So that's an option. I guess I'll think on it a little bit more. But again, the tables in the dining area, I can get her to. I don't need anything as much. And that was the first time she made such a big mess. So normally it's not a huge issue. But yeah, I'm gonna look into those. I didn't even think about the table. So far the table's my favorite idea. But bibs or an overshirt might be a wise choice and much easier to pack. So I'll weigh all that. But thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words. They mean so much, guys. You guys come in and you're so supportive and you're so kind to me and you adore my mother. So it's just amazing and I appreciate it. Yeah, Mom recognizes me less and less. Like I don't look to ever hear my name again. I don't think it'll come out of her mouth. I don't hear her say dad, my husband anymore. A few times she has said Raymond. I think she said Raymond and Robert the other day. Not really in connection with dad, but that was the first time I'd heard that in a while. So having her say daughter was a big deal. But even then, the few times that she said it, I get the feeling that the memory is just past where she can get to. Like she knows it. What's the old thing on the tip of my tongue? I think she looks at me and she realizes that I'm somebody and who I am is just out of reach for her. Even saying daughter, I don't even know if she knew for sure what that meant, but her brain kind of threw that out there, like let her know this is somebody. And that was sweet. That was a good moment and it meant a lot to me for sure. But probably more than anything is that smile, because when words fail, that smile lets me know she knows I'm someone that loves her, that cares for her, and that I'm there for a good purpose. And that's kind of all we have left, all I have left. Daddy gets that smile that just comes from years of love. Like that really is cool to see that she sees him and is overwhelmed by that emotion, even if she can't quite put her finger on why. Man, that heart just knows who he is. It's a cool moment. But thanks, guys. I love y'all. And you guys your support and your kindness means so much. We appreciate you. We do. A couple of people have commented this. These videos are a little bit older. Just because life happens. So I keep visiting Mom, and on some visits I record so that you guys can be there with me. But I don't always get to edit them. It takes a long time to edit them. And so I have to kind of find that chunk of time. I've actually been doing pretty good here lately on editing, but a lot of these videos are older. Not a whole lot older, but a few weeks. And so you guys will say something like this, which is excellent observation. Took me a little bit longer, which I couldn't believe it. Like it just suddenly hit me in the middle of the night, I think. It was like, oh my gosh, Mom's facing the wrong way. Like she has nothing to look at. It just took me a while. So yeah, some of these videos you're going to see she's facing the window. And so she has nothing to look at but the window. Because it took me a lot longer than it took y'all. to kind of figure that out and ask that it be turned. I hate that, but that's the truth. So thank you. Thank you for noticing, and had I shared this more timely, she would have been turned around a lot sooner. I love you guys.